Yo, hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of my FIFA 17 Road to Glory. This is episode 3, and we start off with, basically this episode is just Division gameplay. I think we do Division 9 in this one. We play 4 games in that. If we get 4 wins, we'll be on 12 points. If we get no wins, we'll be on 0, and it's 13 points for the title, so we won't quite finish it in this episode. However, we go into the first game, and we come up against this guy here. And, you know, he had a very sweaty team with Musa and Dyer and Morales. And, you know, the fucking defense is pretty sweaty as well. And I was a little bit worried, you know, like, we come up against some pretty good teams and some not so good teams. But it's the first game in Division 9. I wasn't really too sure what to expect. But it took us 25 minutes to get on the score sheet, which was a little bit, you know, annoying. Like, I like to be scoring in the first 10 minutes, scoring 1 or 2 goals. And just basically just, you know, the rest of the game's easy from there on in. But, you know, it took us a while to get going, but once we got going, we scored basically straight off their kickoff to make it 2-0. Benitez shot save falls to Alexandre Pato, and it's 2-0 after 26 minutes. So, you know, decent start to the game. And, yeah, now we're 2 goals up, and it was basically game over from there. But, however, we make it 3-0 just after that goal as well. Like 5 minutes later, we run down, Benitez on the ball. And what a strike by Benitez to make it 3-0. And at this point, you know, it was game over. There was really no way I could see myself losing from here. But, you know, I mean, I've done it before. FIFA's FIFA. You can concede 3 goals in about 30 seconds, you know. But, you know, it's Division 9, so, you know, I shouldn't be struggling too much. However, Nathan Dyer here plays it over to Ahmed Musa. Ahmed Musa makes it 3-1 in the 70th minute. And, yeah, so now I was like, oh, shit, maybe I have to... You know, he could come back. It's fucking Musa, you know, like, and Dyer and Morales. You know, I was a little bit worried, but Alexandre Pato picks up the ball and we go straight down the other end and score. It was like 2 minutes after Alexandre Pato puts us back to a 3-goal margin, and it's 4-1. And yeah, that basically sealed it from that point on. There was no way. I knew that even if he did score again, I could probably just go down and score. But right here, Benitez on the ball, 4-1 up. Little ball roll inside, completely does the defender and smashes it across goal to make it 5-1, and that is GG. I think that was the final score. However, there may have been another couple goals. I'm not too sure if this was a game. There was a couple of games where there was like a lot of goals. This is the one. There's another one. Alexandre Pato plays it across to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez makes it 6-1 in the 79th minute. I think that this was the last goal for this game. I mean, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, okay, that was the last goal of that game. Benitez scores 3, Alexandre Pato scores 2, and Rodriguez scored 1, which is, you know, a decent, like, role from the strikers. They're playing really well for me, those 4 strikers. I'm trying to get the David Villa at the moment, and I'm, like, trading and stuff, but it's taking, like, all of the players are so expensive at the moment, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. So, hopefully I can get him, but I might not be able to, so... You know, if I don't really have enough by the thing, if the players are still like freaking 7 or 8k each, and for a brand new Road to Glory, I'm going to have to either grind it out. I'm starting to trade a little bit, but I might just give myself like 10k from another account just to get it and pay that account back shortly after. But we come up against David Villa here, and you know, it's a decent team. Or maybe I'll just give myself a little bit of coins, maybe I'll do some things. I don't know, we'll see. I should be able to get to it, but... You know, hopefully, like, he's only there for, like, another 4 days or so. But, you know, we go into this game, he's got the David Villa. I was a little bit worried. I've used David Villa, and he is so good. Like, I think, for me, in Division 1, I'd only played 3 games with him. But he's got 8 goals and, like, 2 assists, which is just freaking amazing. For 3 games in Division 1, he's just been absolutely destroying. And, you know, if we can get him in the Road to Glory, especially in the early divisions, we'll just absolutely fly through, and... Yeah, they won't be able to touch us, basically. But yeah, we go through here to make it 3-0 in this one in the second half. And this game was, you know, a little bit of a difficult game. Like, for Division 9, I was coming up against, you know, some pretty alright opponents. And sometimes I felt like, even after I was, you know, after I went 3 or 4-0 up, they, like, passed the controller to, you know, someone else, maybe an older brother, something like that. And it got a little bit more difficult, but I didn't really struggle too much. Like, it's Division 9. And, you know, we've got a full goal team. Like, I mean, only 2 rears in each of them, but, you know, the non-rears are fine in this game. Like, I don't really mind them, especially in low divisions, but, like, in high divisions, I want to get a better team. I want to get, like, Varane, I still use Asensio in Division 1 after like the entire FIFA. Like I use him in Foot Champions and everything. He's like a great player, so I'm gonna try get him in. Bring in Arda Turan, who I also still use. I use Koke at the moment. He's really good. He'll link with David Villa well, so I kind of want to get him in. And Zonzi, very good CDM. I already said Varane, Umtiti, DeMarcos and Gaia. Have Keylor Navas and goal, and we've got ourselves a solid, Division 1 side, which is pretty decent. Or we could go, for another squad, maybe a Serie A or French squad. Try bringing that, eventually that squad building challenge Lacazette. I've almost got him on my main account, but I really fucked. I lost so many coins and I still haven't got him yet. I have enough probably to finish it, but I'm just kind of waiting for the silvers to go down, because they're still like 10k each for every single silver, and half of them are extinct, so you can't actually buy them, which is a little bit annoying. So I'm gonna wait to see what happens with that. Hopefully I will get them, but we'll see. Anyway, make it. I'm not actually too sure at the score on this game. It's 2-0 at the moment. Alexander and Pato and Wissam Ben Yedder getting the goals, and right here we play over to Ben Yedder. Ben Yedder finishes it across goal to make it 3-0. And once again, that's the dagger. Basically, I shouldn't be losing from here. Yeah, I think this was the guy with the really bad side, and you know what? He wasn't that bad of a player. Honestly, I only had 3 shots and 3 goals. I mean, it says I only had 2, but we've all seen 3, so anyway, carrying on. 50 minutes in, and Ben Yedder gets through, and we get very lucky here. Like, what the fuck even just happened? But that's like that poor chemistry on the goalkeeper and the whole defense. I don't really know what his goal. I can't remember which goalkeeper he had. I'm not sure if it was a bronze, a silver, or a gold, but it doesn't really matter who it is. They shouldn't really be doing that. Like, that was completely like, why would the goalkeeper do that? Like, he just palmed. No, it was gold. It was Tom Heaton, I think. And yeah. Anyway, we make it 5-0 here with Fornals picking up the ball to make it 5-0, and yeah, he's a decent little player for like the centre mid. He scored a couple of goals. He's low rated, but he's doing all right. So he's not a bad player if you want to pick him up for your non-rare squad or anything. He's decent for a starter team. Ben Yedder getting 3 goals, Pato getting 1, and it was a very good game. I think that puts us on 6 points in the division. Oh no, 9 points, sorry. That's 3 games in a row, and I think we have 1 more for this episode, and then there'll be the next one and the next one with trading and hopefully getting that squad building challenge David Villa. But we'll see. Maybe some games in Division 8, if we win that Division 9 game. I've already played it, but you'll see if we do. And right here, we're on the ball starting off. Player over to Angel Correa, and Angel Correa smashes it straight at the goalkeeper, but falls to Alvaro Morata, who scores yet another one. And I'm using this guy in Division 1 at the moment with that squad building challenge David V, and maybe I'll make a video on it. Like, I recorded the games with the 8 goals, 2 assists in 3 games, which was absolutely ridiculous. Like, he's just such a great player, that David Villa. I think I scored 4 on his debut, 3 on his second one, and then just 1 in the final. But I think he also got an assist in that game. And yeah, he's a pretty good player. He gets pushed off the ball, but I'm going to tell you that now. Like, if you're going to get him, he seems very weak. But, maybe that could have been the opponents I was facing. Like, some of them were, a lot. Like, the one game that I remember, like, really well was he was a very physical player, and he was just pushing David Villa off the ball. But he didn't seem to really get touched in the other games. I would recommend putting, like, a Hawk chemistry style on him as well, which is what I've got. And yeah, he's pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, for how cheap I got him for, because I got him so cheap. Like, when the players, the goal players were like 2k to get him, and now they're like fucking 5k and 8k. Like, that Seaman guy, I got him for like 3.5k. He's now going for fucking 8, I think, maybe 9. Like, he's absolutely, like, really expensive, and that's why I can't really do the squad building challenge, because I'm trying to trying to do it with silvers and stuff, and like, oh, it's just driving me crazy. Eventually I will get to it. I haven't even been able to get Gerrard because he's like 5k, so I've used Lampard instead, who was way cheaper, but it's that 3 rating that kind of brings it down a bit. So I'm gonna have to get another gold in there, that kind of stuff. Probably not any room for any bronze players, but I'm sure I'll manage. And right here we score a goal with Alvaro Morata, but it gave it to... I don't even know. It gave it to the Kolak guy, and I have no idea why. It was clearly Morata's goal. It didn't even touch him, but... You know, whatever. This guy makes it 5-2 here. He brought on a substitute for... Like, he brought on the non-rare guy for... Giroud, and I don't really know what team he's from or anything. He was good. Like, he scored 2 goals for that guy, and that player, like, he seemed pretty good. You know, maybe I'll try to find him on the market at some point, because you know he doesn't look, he looks pretty decent. Like when I came up against that guy, was like using him well. But anyway, that's it for this episode. If you have enjoyed, please feel free to like and subscribe and all that, and I will see you in the next one.